Hello and welcome to another edition of Game On, brought to you by Considered Normal. I'm your host, Matthew the Rebel Coster, and this week we're going to go over the newly released Battlefield 4 and some of its interfaces. Last week I brought you some of the beta footage from Siege of Shanghai. This now is actually the full release game. It came out on the 29th of October. I haven't really had much time to play the multiplayer yet. I have played some of the campaign. So today I'm going to show you some of that footage as well as some of the test range footage and of course the Battlelog interface that you would see in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Now I haven't played Battlefield 3 yet, so I haven't really had any experience with its interface. This is the first time I've seen the web interface that you boot into. So what I found really nice about Battlefield 4, I don't know if you can do it in Battlefield 3, was the customization of your emblem, which shows up on the vehicles as well as your weapons. Now, I remember this from Call of Duty Black Ops, and I really liked the feature of having your clan tag etched on your weapon and, of course, your emblem on the weapon as well. So I'm glad they brought that into the Battlefield series. I really enjoyed creating this. Now, my family background is Swiss, which is why I have the little Swiss flag in the center of my emblem. I am Canadian, however, born and raised, but my background is Swiss, and I really do like the Swiss flag, and so it took me a little while to create that little emblem. I did unlock a few soldier pictures. You can also customize this here as well. Some of the battle packs that I unlocked when I pre-registered, pre-ordered, so there are some of those guys here. I'm just going to switch to that one. And that should show up when it refreshes. Now I see it's a different character. Actually, go with one of the default ones. I'll go with him. Okay, anyways, enough of customizing my profile. I want to get into the range. Let's go back to the Battlelog here. Into the test range. I want to go into the test range and show you some of the stuff that's in there. It's the first time that I've actually seen a playable environment like this where you can actually test out what you can do in the environment, which basically allows you to push some of the limits of the Frostbite 3 engine. Although there are some things that I don't like too much about it, and I'll explain that once I get into the game. So once you're loaded into the test range, you'll see it's a very, very small map. You're presented with 3 spawn points in your base, A being the land vehicles, B being the air vehicles, and C being the sea vehicles. I see what you did there. I prefer spawning at the US base, only because of the fact that you're right near the ammo crate, which will basically increase everything you have. So if you're testing out, say, C4 drops or whatever, you definitely want to have a lot on hand. You don't have to constantly come back. So I usually spawn at the US base to test things out, hop on over to the ammo crate, pick up all the ammo I need, and then hop onto the different sections. For things like the helicopters, they're on the helipad down here. You can get to them no problem. Planes, you do have to spawn into, because there is no landing spot for them. They are constantly in the air. There are a few enemy targets. You'll see here a UAV flying around. I believe there's 2 or 3 of these. You can take them out with the anti-air vehicles in here, or you can try and take them out with the plane or a helicopter. So I am going to quickly spawn as an engineer, and I'm going to spawn so I can pick up a lot of laws, and I'll show you some of the stuff that you can do in-game. So let's quickly start off. Now when you spawn at the US base, you're basically at the range. One of my issues with the test range is that the range is really not long enough. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they're about 100 meters away. The minimum zeroing distance for the sniper rifle is 200. So one of the things I'd like to see them improve is to make a longer firing range. Now you see when I pull out the rocket, I have 1 in the chamber, 4 in the backpack. I'm going to quickly walk over to the ammo crate here, and now I have 100 in the backpack, so I can do a lot more damage. Now, the law is unguided, but it's still fun to have. One of the things I like about the Frostbite 3 engine is that almost everything is destructible, including all the walls, the sniper lounges, and the towers. Timber. So a whole bunch of stuff is destructible in this game, including buildings. You see this building here. It can be taken down with either C4, rockets, planes, tanks, whatever you want to pull into it. Really great. One of the things I want to compare now, the other week I basically, I know last week I covered the beta and stuff, but a few weeks before that what had happened was EA was offering Battlefield 1942 as a free download, and I decided to install Desert Combat because Desert Combat to me is the starting point of all these modern warfare type games. Was that ever weird? Why won't it hit the side? It goes up and in. Back to my train of thought. I downloaded, like I said, Desert Combat, which of course was created by Trauma Studios, which DICE bought out in order to create Battlefield 2. So that was, to me, the starting point of the modern day combat games. Back then there was a whole slew of World War II type games, but nothing that was really up to date modern. I mean, there may have been a few and stuff, but to me the Battlefield series is what really brought its game on. So I played it for a bit, and one of the vehicles that I played in that game, just for fun, I recorded it, was the artillery rocket vehicle. So basically this vehicle, but different. And I'll explain to you how. I'm just going to hop in here. I'm going to hop over to the next view. Now if you look up in the top left corner, you'll see the first person view of the artillery in Desert Combat. And if you look to the center of your screen, you're going to see what it actually looks like in Battlefield 4. You have 6 rockets of which you can fire. The accuracy, again, is not that great. It does get you in the range, though. The animations are absolutely amazing. The smoke trails are really cool. But the fireability of it and the aiming ability of it is a lot better in Battlefield 4, where I can actually pinpoint on the map where the enemy is and fire in that location, and knowing that my rockets are going to pretty much hit where I want them to. Whereas again in the top right corner there, you can see that I can't aim at all with the artillery rocket vehicle in Desert Combat. So many improvements over the years to that type of vehicle. The other thing I want to quickly go over as well is how easy it is to fly the choppers with a mouse and keyboard. Now I'm going to fly a Viper. I believe the Desert Combat was an Apache. They're relatively the same thing. It's an attack helicopter. I was going to compare it to the Little Bird, but Little Bird is extremely easy to fly. It has nothing but guns and stuff on it, but the Viper is more of a comparison. I want to compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges, or have anybody complain that I'm not comparing it to the right type of helicopter. So I'm going to deploy, and the only thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch my up arrow, or in this case the W on my keyboard, and then I'm going to release. Now instead of plummeting to the earth, I do... Apparently I'm still going up. Okay. See, it's easy to hover. I'm not even touching the mouse or keyboard or anything right now, so it's easy to hover. You can see that I'm pretty much steady at 80 meters, I guess. I'm slowly coming down because I did press the S key to sort of stop me from climbing up. It's very easy to maneuver. I'm going to actually try and take out... Not as easy as the anti-air. Anti-air, it's 2 rockets. That's going to take forever to reload, so I'm going to switch back to that and just try and... Whoa. There we go, I took it out. So I was able to switch to the second chair and fire off some rounds with ease. I'm going to try and do the same thing here in a second. Okay, that was a hard landing. But you can see how easy it is to fly and land the helicopters in Battlefield 4. Oh. Desert Combat, if you're looking up in the left corner there, it was not so easy to fly. I found that I was very easily overcompensating and not hitting my targets easily. So in regards to, not only are the skins and the textures and the whole overall engine majorly overhauled compared to the old days, but even the actual control ability of the vehicles has come tenfold. So I hope you guys liked my quick little demo of the test range. I'm going to leave you guys now with a little bit of first-person footage. I'm going to try not to do too much spoiler alerts, but it is quite fun to play the campaign. So I'm going to leave you with that, and until next time, game on!
This is Anvil, closing in on your position. We don't have a visual of the threat. Unable to proceed.
Hostile fire pinning us down!
Ready to disembark. Watch out for friendly fire, Tombstone.
Alright, we gotta take it out soon!
Give us a target.
Let's go! Let's go! Machine gun!
Target confirmed.
Stay together! Clear the landing area!
Reloading, stand by.
A flare gun and toy cars for us and the tanks. Fucking EMP.
Tombstone, give me target.
Troops that put a lid on Shanghai. You ain't fucking messing around.
Ready for target. Contact, straight ahead. Hey, they got reinforcements coming in on that APC.
Beachhead secure.
Reloading, stand by.
We need to roll. Fuck yeah! Tombstone coming through!
North, other side of that highway? Think so. I think that's our gate for the city. We got point.